Alright, everything's going. Huh. Don't mind me, I'm new at this whole video streaming, whatever you want to call it. Happy February 23 to everyone. Just so happens to be my birthday, so lucky me. And this is just a random video of, well, basically inspiration would be the way to look at it. As you can see, I've been in this reactor a while, and why I'm in this, bit of a backstory. So, obviously I'm trying to do some kind of ridiculous grind. This grind is not it's not new. If you've been around FF7 long enough, or if you've been through forums and streams long enough, then what I'm doing is not entirely original. Uh, Half the reason I'm doing it is, well, mainly to see if I can. So a little backstory, or a little bit about myself, really. I'm just well, a now 43-year-old father of two from New Zealand, so not exactly your typical gamer profile. I'm not as young as I once was, but still enjoy gaming, of course. I was first introduced to Final Fantasy VII back in high school, so we're talking the 90s. So a wee while ago now, when my mate had a PlayStation and bought FF7 before it went platinum, and I'd never heard of the Final Fantasy series at all. But I was intrigued by it, and so when he finished the game, I asked if I could borrow it, and he obviously lent it to me for a bit, and basically was hooked from there in the late 90s playing Final Fantasy VII. But never did I ever think about grinding. I was very much, play the game, learn the game. I was a greenhorn at it. I got enamored by the storyline of it. I think FF7's got one of the best storylines. You, of course, may disagree. Out of any game that I've ever played. But why? Why am I doing this? Well, it all started with YouTube. Good old YouTube. The way the algorithms work out. I don't normally watch game videos. That's the realm of my eldest son. He's probably gaming at the moment, actually, in the lounge. And hopefully he won't pop in through the door. I think my camera's actually flipped because I'm looking at my door and it's all. Anyway, moving right along. So, by the powers of the YouTube algorithm, a video by Sebi Webs, I think that's how you pronounce his channel, had a title that intrigued me about a guy that actually got Cloud and Barret to level 99 in this very reactor, and it caught my attention as like, okay, why would you do that? So I ended up watching this video, and it honestly was one of the most hilarious videos I've ever seen. If you haven't seen it, it's absolutely worth a watch. Um, if you have seen it, it's obviously worth watching again because it is just that comedic value right there with essentially, one guy trying to grind and then ultimately overtaken by another guy. So the whole DickTree versus CirclMaster rivalry, where, from what we can gather, evidentially, CirclMaster got there before DickTree did. He may have done it. I've never seen, um, any evidence of it, but we know CirclMaster has. His achievement is relatively well known, and it's kind of started from there. And so, following that, the YouTube algorithm again decided, okay, you've seen one video of FF7, we're going to throw about 10 others at you. And again, on Sebi's channel, along came the Monetary Dragon grind of getting, well, we can't really call him Cloud at this point, the ex-soldier, to level 99 on the first screen. And that is, yeah, I can't say I've got the setup of that, so definitely big kudos to Monetary Dragon for what he achieved there, getting the ex-soldier to level 99 without saves, without save states, all live streamed. You, yeah, my hat is off because I haven't got one. That's just incredible. Um, and so from there, I thought about, and I watched these videos a few times, and I thought about, well, why can't I do it? I mean, I know this isn't an original challenge. I'm certainly not trying to climb a mountain or anything stupid like that, because frankly, that's impossible. Others have got there before me. But certainly the way CirclMaster put it in his campaign of grinding Cloud and Barret in this reactor, about, I've watched countless hours of The Simpsons and I've done this for countless hours and I've done this for even more. You know, I could knock this out in his own words, and of course he did. And so I thought to myself, well, yes, I work a full-time job. I'm a parent. I'm actually, as it happens, procrastinating from mowing my back lawn, mainly because the battery went flat again. But it's my birthday. I don't want to do the lawns, but I'm going to have to. And so, what's inspiring me to do this? And I think it's the same motivation of I've done hours and hours and hours watching reruns of movies and playing games for hours on end or doing other things for hours on end, and it's like, well, can I knock this out? How hard can it be to do this? And so after my youngest child actually turned 6 back at the end of August last year, 2025, 2 weeks after that, I started up FF7 and began this grind just to see, can I do it? How hard can it be? And having watched the videos of similar grinds, and it's certainly worth me mentioning and giving a shout out to those that have done it. So no particular, probably in the order that not the order they were done, but the order that I encountered the names. So CirclMaster, of course, was the first one that I saw, getting to level 99 here. From there, obviously, I learned about Monetary Dragon's Herculean effort in the first screen. But then also on that same vein, shout out to Cart7 for doing it in 2010, I believe it was, this very challenge. And of course, Dave Stereo, who, unlike me, can stream, knows how to stream. I'm not, I don't have Twitch accounts. I mean, I could set one up, but I frankly can't be bothered. So, but obviously, Dave Stereo live streamed his Reactor Grind and got over the line. So shout out to him as well. And I guess this is just a 43-year-old father from New Zealand who doesn't have all the time in the world to game, but nonetheless is doing it. I guess it's my attempt to add my name to the pantheon of FF7 grinders in the reactor. Unlike Monetary Dragon, I guess I don't have the balls to try and do it on the first screen. I don't have the equipment to run a laptop full time, so I guess I'm doing it this way. And so here's me about to cross into level 90 for both characters, and I guess to answer my own question, how hard can it be to do this? Turns out it's not as easy as it looks. It's certainly mentally challenging, which I can understand why Monetary Dragon had other things that he could do at the same time playing FF7 at one point with his feet, which is just amazing. Um, for me, I have lost count of how many times I've rerun movies, um, other games on. I've actually got a laptop just to my side here. It's off at the moment. Oh, there we go. And what I also do, so what I'm also doing in my grind is because I'm not live streaming, I'm not necessarily documenting things as such as I go, so I'm time stamping by taking screenshots. So it's my way of checking, okay, on such and such a date I got to level 50. And so I can time it that way. So I've got a whole swath of screenshots every time either character levels up. And so, as I said, this is just my update as to where I'm at in my own grind. Obviously, I've stayed the course. My eldest child thinks I'm completely insane. He has seen the videos and isn't completely impressed by them, and is also impressed with Monetary Dragon's continuous grind, for lack of a better phrase, and thinks I'm nuts, which which is fair. It is a bit of a time commitment and trying to squeeze it in with daily living, with all the other things that I do, and of course working full time, and I also travel as well. But then that's another reason I have a laptop and I can, work doing my job in the day and then grind away with FF7 wherever I am in the country, which is quite handy. So I don't necessarily miss a beat, but my goodness, it's a heck of a time commitment. I'm amazed I'm still here. There have been some days I have not wanted to do this, but it's no, I've come this far, and very shortly, as you've just seen, Barret's going to cross into 90s, so then they'll each be only 9 levels away from a very far off finishing line. So yeah, this is just my video check-in for this is me, albeit on my birthday, grinding away at FF7 as I have done so in the background, just taking my screenshots, time stamping, and just showing, you know, even us older gamers with kids and responsibilities can still knock this out. Um, Cross, I wish I was as young as some of the other gamers out there, but it's a nice relax after, you know, a day at the office or out in the back in the lawns. Which reminds me, I have to check the battery very shortly. It's getting a little bit darker here, and apparently the landlord's coming tomorrow, so I better present the lawns. Um, so yeah, hope you've enjoyed this little video, complete with color commentary. Yeah, I guess I'll check in. Maybe I'll. There we go. Screenshot that too. Oh goodness me, yeah, a little over 10 hours each character, so that's something. I've sort of worked out I can, you know, give or take, generate 6,000 experience every hour, which dovetails quite nicely with the whole 60 minutes in an hour thing. So, you know, what were we, 620, no, 62,300 experience. So what's that, 10 hours, nearly 10 and a half hours for, you know, for Cloud. And that's just to get to level 91. So of course the gaps are getting bigger as I've discovered. Um, so yeah, as I say, I'll probably check in at level 95. So it's probably going to be in I don't know how long, a couple of months maybe. The gaps are getting rather large now, but I've just crossed into the 90s, and now we're on to, I guess, the very long home straight to knock out the remaining levels. So we'll just get that saved. May or may not get an encounter here. I don't have any of the other things open. This is just my desktop with one monitor. I'm aware of things like big shoes and those sorts of training tools, particularly for world record runs. I guess I'm a bit like Sebi really. I play it for the story, so I'm one of those. But yeah, kudos to anyone out there that's got a world record. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in a couple of months or so.